welcome back to my channel, Helki the Woke Witch, where I talk about tarot and other witchy magical topics. Today I wanted to talk about one of my favourite topics or subjects of things in life, which is relationships. Relationships come in all forms, whether it be romantic, friendships, family, co-workers, but we all in this lifetime experience relationships, and in my belief it's a core part of this human experience. It's a major thing that we came to experience here as souls living a human experience. So today's subject will be how to find your relationship's hidden destiny using the tarot and numerology. Learn what your relationship was meant to teach you in this life and what tarot cards represent your current connection. So using any relationship, but say for example romantic relationships have the biggest effect on us, of course, and they really shape us as people and our lives. So it's interesting to see what is the hidden destiny there, what cards in the tarot represent your relationships, and not by you pulling a card, but what was always in the coding. If you think about within numerology, within tarot, within astrology, it's all a hidden code. It's all a code that was there already written, and that's where we get the idea of fate and destiny. So what card could possibly represent your relationship that you're having right now? So any relationship you've ever had or connection you've ever had in your life, what was the lesson there for you to learn? What was the teaching and what was the tarot card behind it? And all the numbers. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to do the math for you to look up your own relationship and start diving into the destiny behind your connection. It's an exciting one, so if you're interested in that, definitely stick around for the rest of the video. I'm going to use celebrities as an example. I've picked out 2 different celebrity couples so I can use as a reference to show you how to look up your own relationship. But what you will need to know is your own birthday, which I'm sure you know, and the birthday of the person in question. So whether that's your partner, friend, family, future possible spouse, whoever you want to look up, you need to know both of your birthdays. So I picked out 2 different couples for today. One being a couple that's no longer together, and one being a couple that are still together and they've been together for a long time. So I just thought that would broaden the discussion a bit more. So the first couple is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. As you may know, they had quite a toxic and turbulent relationship, which has ended in quite a dramatic way. The second couple I'll be talking about is Victoria Beckham and David Beckham. They have very minimal scandals within their relationships, and they have been together 15 years plus. I'm not sure exactly, but they've been together a very long time, and they're still together, still married, still going strong. So that's my 2 couples I'm going to talk about today. We'll start with the steady couple, so let's start with the Beckhams. So to do the maths here, there's 2 ways that you can do it, and I'll show you both ways that you can do it. You want to take each individual digit and add them up all together, then you get your total. So let's do that.
1 plus 7 plus 4 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 5.
And that's given us 62. And then we add the single digits together again, and then we get 8. Okay, and then the other way you can do it is adding up the whole numbers here. So you've got a 17, a 4, 1,974, and add that all up. So we go
17 plus 4 plus 1,974 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1,975.
Then you want to add these individual digits up. So you want to add 3 plus 9 plus 7 plus 7. So 3 plus 9 plus 7 plus 7. And then you get 26. 2 plus 6 is 8. So your finishing number is 8. And as you can see, what's interesting is this is 6, these are inverted. So you go 60 to 26, which is interesting, I find, about the way of adding these up. And this is how I really think numerology holds our destiny in the same way like astrology does. So here, 62 is not in the Tarot Major Arcana, 26 is not in the Tarot Major Arcana, so their number is 8. And 8 in the Major Arcana is the Strength card. In some decks it could be Justice, so whatever you sort of naturally would call the number 8 card, so if you use a deck where it's Justice, then go with Justice. Go with whatever you feel 8 to be in your hearts. So 8 is Strength, and this is the couple, the Beckhams, that have stayed together, stayed strong, and they've obviously mastered a deep connection. I always think of Strength, it is about like mastering and having like power and control over something without even really trying, without putting brute force. So they've managed to really hold that strength energy within their relationship, and that has like really supported this relationship lasting. You really want to know that the main sort of energy to focus on within the relationship will be the Major Arcana energy, but as you sort of look deeper into the number 8, you could start looking at the Major Arcana. So I've just took 2 examples because you might think, oh, well, you know, it's a great card for relationships, the Strength card, right? But what about, say, for example, this 8 of Swords? You might think, not so great, is it, for relationships? But I don't know too much about them. You never know too much really about what goes on behind closed doors. But this just shows you that this relationship has definitely highlighted issues that can trigger within their own minds, their own insecurities. So for all we know, that they could find that they become their own worst enemy a bit within the relationship, that really they keep each other strong, and that it's really their own selves that they've had to face, and the darker things that come up in the relationships are often like created within the mind of one of them, or within both of them possibly, but it's like they could be thinking the worst, and this could really be the challenges they face in their relationship. But luckily it's like backed up with a real strong compassionate energy, so when they are having low moments where they start doubting themselves and possibly doubting each other in the connection, they're able to bring it back with that real compassionate strength. And also, you know, 8 is a very hard working number. So, you know, the 8 of the Pentacles here shows that you work at something, you keep at something, you don't give up. And that is exactly a good representation of this relationship with the Beckhams, as you can see. So you can see their hidden destiny here with the 8 really does show up here. So moving on to the next couple, we have the couple that had a more of a publicly turbulent relationship that ended quite dramatically. So let's do the maths here. Now we're going to do the same with Johnny and Amber. So the first way we'll do is all the individual digits.
9 plus 6 plus 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 6
equals 66. So I've got 66, then you add 66 to 6 plus 6 and you have 12, and then you add 1 plus 2 and you have 3. So we're breaking it down to a single digit. And then you want to do it the second way, which is adding each number. So we have
9 plus 6 plus 1963 plus 22 plus 4 plus 1986
equals You've got 3,990, so then you just want to add 3 plus 9 plus 9. 3 plus 9 plus 9 equals 21. 21, and then 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay? If you notice, again, just like with the Beckhams, they've just swapped again, so you've gone 1 2 to 2 1, both having the 3. Find that interesting about the numerology. Their total numbers is 3, and what you'll notice here is there's a 12 and a 21, which you definitely do want to consider when you're looking up their connection via the tarot, because the 12 is in the major arcana and the 21 is in the major arcana. So these guys' major arcana card would be the Strength card, and Johnny and Amber's is the Empress, but they're also influenced by the Hangman and the World card. We have 3 is the core energy is the Empress here, and then we also have the energy of the World, which was 21, and the energy of the Hangman, which is 12. Okay. And how do we see that playing out? How do we see these cards playing out? The core energy of the Empress makes a lot of sense. This is a passionate relationship. It wouldn't have got to the dramatics that it got to if it weren't passionate, if it wasn't creative, if they weren't both like buzzing with creative energy. They both are very creative, we know that. There's a lot of a physical attraction here. I feel like the reason that it was such a quick coming together was because there was so much like physical attraction, abundant sexual energy. This is the card of Venus, you know, it's all about beauty and attraction and love and passion, and definitely this relationship had a lot of that, and they created a lot of dramatics within the relationship. There was just so much that was created from this connection that they had, whether it be good or bad, bursting with creative energy for sure. Even if they did end up creating what turned out to be quite the monster within themselves and within this connection, and I'm sure to begin with it was full of fireworks for each other and just a lot of physical attraction. With the 3, for example, we have the 3 of Swords. So we know that the 3 can be very painful. The 3 really enforces change. I think with the 3 of Swords, you either commit and lock in, or you break and crumble. It really does push you to that edge. Are you gonna be 2 that become 1 and feel that pain? To be two that become 1, you have to let go of something of yourself. You have to lose something of yourself and create this new being, almost this new entity that is the relationship, and commit to that, you know. And you can't be like, okay, well, I'm going to still be my individual self and this relationship's not going to have no effect on that and not change me at all. It's like, no, you have to feel the pain of that change and commit, and or, you know, the 3 of Swords is going to break your heart and it's going to break the connection. It's not going to happen if you can't like lock into that. The 3 of Swords can also mean infidelity, and from what I heard, Amber was accused of being unfaithful quite a few times within the relationship. So it ended up being a heartbreaking, very painful ending where these 2 individuals did not want to commit. The relationship ended up breaking up, and it caused a lot of pain and heartbreak, even though there was so much to learn here, so much creativity, so much abundant energy. It just weren't to be. What my intuition told me when I first looked up their cards and destiny is the World card, you know. So it weren't just a 3, it was a 21. you know, and the 21 it's the end of it, you know, it's a complete cycle, it's done. I believe that these two very, very likely had many past lives together, where they was really working over some lessons together, and this was the final straw, this was the final lesson to be learned, and these souls have completed something within this. Like, there was a big lesson learned in this. Johnny learned a lot, Amber learned a lot, whether they would admit it or not, whether it was painful or good or bad, they learned a lot from this relationship in this life, and it was able to complete a cycle that their souls were likely going over for many lives. Hangman, also with that being a 12 in there, it's brought in a new perspective. So whether they realize it or not yet, their lives have completely changed because of this relationship. They have been given a new perspective. That is the gift of this relationship. There is a hidden lesson in that, and whether they're feeling the benefits of that yet or it's yet to come, even after the aftermath, it's sort of set their life on a new road. It's given them a whole new perspective, and now they've definitely learned from this. They need to take a breather in order for things to work. They can't just use force, they can't just create without taking that step back to really look at things, taking that breather, taking that time out. This is a seriously karmic relationship. This is what I would call such a great example of a strong karmic relationship, because if you can see the legs on both these characters, see that the karmic cycle plays out really nicely for this couple in these two cards. Where I was saying about the legs, this is a cross with the body forming a triangle. There's a cross and the body forming the triangle. So when the triangle is pointing downwards, so he has the head, if you think sort of like the top point of the pentagram, when he has the triangle pointing down, that means that you're focused more on the earthly matters, the earthly realm, the material realm, the pentacle realm, however you may see it. But we are always on a journey to be enlightened and be awakened through this lifetime and through the journeys that we take within our relationships. So we go from the hangman, which is the triangle facing down of the earthly matters, and we evolve into the world when the lesson is complete. The triangle is facing up, fully connected with the spiritual realm, with spirit and with the higher self. So there is an evolution that has happened, and that's how we get the complete cycle of the world there. They probably had many lifetimes where they weren't able to complete this. They weren't able to walk away having learnt these lessons. So going back to 3, just wanted to say that 3 also is, if you look at the tree of life, you could even go this deep into it if you wanted to. The 3 is Bina, and Bina is on the pillar of severity, and she's also the feminine energy that creates, just like the Empress, but Bina is sort of more known as a harder energy. She will gobble you up in a way, and she is also ruled by Saturn. So if you're into astrology, you can really feel that there is not just Venus with the Empress here, but you've got Bina and you've got that Saturn energy and those strong, harder, slower burning lessons. So maybe this is something even long after the relationship, they will both as individuals still be learning from this relationship, still be feeling the burns of it in a way, continuing to learn from it, exactly like Saturn does. It's a slow burner, you know, when you get your Saturn return, I believe it's every 27-28 years, so it's a real big energy there. So I really felt called to mention that as well, because you can also bring the tree of life, the Kabbalah, into this searching of the hidden destiny of your relationship. So that is it basically. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's inspired you to want to look up the destiny, hidden destiny of your personal relationships. Let me know if this is something you already know all about, or if this was something new and exciting and you can't wait to try out yourself. And I will hope to see you in the next video. Bye.